Hello there you guys, welcome to another one of my live videos, and for me, the Manchester United Juventus game last night, I think since Jose Mourinho's taken over the club, I think this is Jose Mourinho's best result as Manchester United manager, especially in Europe as well. Mourinho in his press conference had basically said he praised the players, he was very proud, very, very proud indeed. He also said Juventus had a fantastic team with fantastic, experienced players, and he mentioned their record at home, which is very, very good as well indeed. Paul Pogba, there wasn't much celebrations from Paul Pogba with a winning goal, obviously, because potentially this is Paul Pogba's, playing against his former team. He spent about 5 years, we won honours with them, made 179 appearances for Juventus, and he did call Juventus his home and Manchester United his home as well. There was still rumours that Juventus could maybe go back for him in January or maybe next summer potentially. But going into the statistics of the game, I got some of them wrong. I couldn't quite catch what he said on Sky Sports, but now I've heard what's being said. This is Juventus is now first defeat to an English opposition in the Champions League group stage game at home for 15 years. So that is amazing, amazing record. Juventus, so you can just see the amazing record Juventus have got in the Champions League. Also now, it says Man United have won more away games in the whole competition in the Champions League, more than any other side. So beating Juventus away more than any other side in the Champions League, which is fantastic achievement. And this is Juventus's first defeat at home in the group stage games since December 2009, and that was to Bayern Munich. And as I said last night, this is the first time in 19 years, first time in nearly 2 decades that Manchester United have uh, been behind in a Champions League game and come back and scored 2 goals within the remainder of 5 minutes of the game. Last time we did that was back in 1999, of course, when we beat Bayern Munich 2-1 in the Champions League final, and that year, obviously, we won the treble. So it felt like 1999 yesterday. So there's some statistics to update you with. Juventus, I just said, hadn't lost since December 2009 the Champions League, in the group stages. Haven't lost to an English opposition in the Champions League for 15 years up until yesterday. And and obviously their first defeat this season, Juventus as well. But first defeat this season for Juventus as well. Champions League now, they are still sitting top of the group. I think they've won 3 out of 4. First 2 goals they conceded in the Champions League this season, because they kept 3 clean sheets prior to that. And it's a very, very fantastic result. They've got a lot of experienced players in that team. They've got likes of Ronaldo, they've got Quadrado, they've got Leonardo Bonucci, they've got Sandro, they've got like Matuidi in that team. Juventus have got a lot of experienced and talented players in their squad. It was a fantastic, fantastic result for Man United. As I said, for the majority of the game, Manchester United were not in the game at all. Let's be quite honest, Juventus had chance after chance after chance. They created a lot more accurate passes than us. They did exploit us on the right and the left defensively. Manchester United have still got problems in that defence. They hit the woodwork twice to Juventus. They had chances through Quadrado, they had chances through Cadera. Dybala had chances as well. He scored the goal in the first leg that decided between the two sides. But it was totally comparison to the reverse fixture, wasn't it? Because obviously we lost 1-0, but now we've come to Juventus and got a huge, massive win, which is very, very good. Ronaldo had a few shots, as I said. He got a few, there wasn't a record shot on target until like the 30th minute of the game. I thought Matic did well yesterday, to be quite fair. Mata, very, very good, when he came on. So it was good that Jose Mourinho had changed it around. So to be quite fair, the criticism he's been receiving over the last few weeks, before Newcastle game, regardless what the result was going to be, he was going to be sacked. But for me now, Jose Mourinho deserves some credit, for what he did yesterday. His celebration tells the whole story at the end. Did his celebration go a bit too far at the end of the match? But yeah, I thought, we was on the back foot for the most of the game. Yeah, we was on the back foot for basically the majority of the game. I think, United came into it, when Jose Mourinho had rotated it around, brought them substitutions on, and that's when basically Manchester United came into the game as well. But now, we're getting a glimpse of the Fergie days a little bit, now, recently. Good run of form now, so it's time to back Jose Mourinho. We know it's his third season. We know we should be in more of a commanding position. As we all know, he's still convinced we can get the top four, Jose Mourinho. But yeah, we are getting a glimpse of the Fergie days, with these late comebacks, these late goals, like we used to do under the success of Alex Ferguson. Late goal at Bournemouth at the weekend. Um, Late goal against Newcastle, now late goal against Juventus, and we was lucky not to win at Chelsea. We conceded in 96 minutes stoppage time. That would have been even better. We was unlucky not to win at Chelsea. Um, but we know Jose Mourinho's still got time. He's bought 11 players. He spent £360 million since he's come to the club. He says he wants a defender. He also wants an attacker as well. I still think, he's had fallouts. He's had, especially had disputes with Paul Pogba. He's had fallouts with the player, quite a few of the top players. I still think he's playing some players out of position. It was good to see Mourinho put Sanchez in a different role yesterday, because he is versatile, he is creative, he is very, very good. Manchester United, he hasn't really made an impact since he's come though. He was good in his Arsenal days with Wenger, good with Barcelona, and reason up the ranks with underneath. But I said on one of my videos that Mourinho should try and put Sanchez in number 10, maybe put him up front, which he did yesterday. So he did try Sanchez in another position. For me, he did. He looked, especially in the first half, he looked, very, very isolated, Sanchez, as I said. But we were struggling to get through the channels, majority of the game. We were always pegged back in his own half, because Juventus were, putting so much pressure on Manchester United. And they had like 20 odd shots, what it to our 4-5 shots or something like that. I think that's what the statistics were. But the Bournemouth, wasn't up to scratch, because basically Manchester United for the majority of the game was not in the game at all. And David De Gea had to make a few world class saves as well. But we're now in a good run of form. I thought Manchester United had qualified yesterday. I was wrong. I think we're one game away from getting qualification, but I think I could just say we're going to qualify now, because I presume that Manchester United are going to beat Young Boys at home. But yeah, Juventus are a very, very good side with a lot of quality, a lot of penetration, speed in their team, and a lot of prolific goal scorers in their team. They spent 213 million in the last summer window. They've got a fantastic history as well of Juventus. But it was a fantastic, fantastic result. And, got to give Mourinho a lot of credit for changing it around. I thought Fellaini did well when he came on. Mata and Rashford could have got his name on the score sheet right at the end. He was on goal. The goalkeeper had saved it, so Rashford was unlucky there. Martial had just had a chance before that. We know Martial's been in fantastic, fantastic form recently. I think he had a decent game yesterday. I don't think he was too bad. It wasn't to his potential, of his other games where he has been scoring goals. But I thought I'd still give him at least a 6 out of 10 for yesterday. I thought Matic did well. Matic has been struggling lately, as we all know. Romelu Lukaku obviously missed the game, obviously because he missed training on Tuesday, so he missed the game. This is the third game now Romelu Lukaku's missed. He hasn't been in great form this season for United. We know Luke Shaw's been featuring in that left back position this season. I think potentially we do need another left back. Luke Shaw is getting a lot more game time this season, because Mourinho didn't hardly play Luke Shaw last season. That midfield, he put Ander Herrera into the starting 11. He's been coming on a lot this season as substitutions. He admitted in the Bournemouth game at the weekend that he changed the game around. He'd made the impact. But defensively, we still need to dramatically improve, because we only kept one clean, in the Premier League this season. But for me, just don't get too overexcited. It's we're on a winning streak. It's only one game, as I said. So we just need to basically continue this form up, try, and pick the performances up, as I said. Because the majority of that game, we was on the back foot. And, Juventus, even Ronaldo's come out and he's admitted Juventus should have beat Manchester United quite easily. The amount of pressure they put on, the amount of chances they created. Ronaldo, I think, is this his first Champions League goal with Juventus this season? I think it is. That was his first Champions League goal for Juventus this season. Very, very good goal indeed. The technique used and the end product was absolutely phenomenal. Very, very good goal indeed. And Manchester United Juan Mata free kick was absolutely fantastic as well. For me, he came on in the midfield. For me, Mata, I think he operates better in a number 10 position in my opinion, because he did use playing at number 10. Mourinho's been mainly using him on the right hand side this season. But obviously went with Lingard on the right wing, and he put Mata on I think for Herrera as well. But do you think Manchester United do perform better without Lukaku? Have you noticed last few games we have? Do you think we look better without Lukaku? I'd like to know your opinions on that. Do you think we look actually better without him? Obviously, players have been fulfilling his spot while he hasn't been featuring in the squad. Sanchez fulfilled his spot yesterday in that central position. Looked a bit isolated in my opinion. Rashford and Martial have also been fulfilling his spot as well. For me, do you think we do look better, without Romelu Lukaku? For me, everyone talks about him being a big game bottler, even before we got the player. I think we need someone to lead them lines up front with Romelu Lukaku. Jose Mourinho wants an attacker. But as I said, we've still got a few players coming to the end of the deals. There's quite a lot of players coming to the end of the deals from my knowledge. Martial, De Gea, Jones, Eric Bailey, Mata. These quite a few players that are now coming to the end of the deals. For me, De Gea, I hope he honest to God he signs this extension. Mourinho said he wasn't confident he was going to sign this extension. Reportedly, it said in the press a few weeks ago or so that Sanchez currently the £500,000 a week that Alexis Sanchez is receiving is affecting Martial signing, De Gea signing a new deal, Martial signing a new deal. For me, I'm still convinced that David De Gea will sign this new deal at Manchester United, this extension. I think he wants to stay at Manchester United, as long as we're up there competing for silverware and stuff. And I think that De Gea will sign this extension because he's potentially the best goalkeeper in the world. He's been here since 2011. As I said, and so too with Anthony Martial. I hope to God he signs this new deal as well for United. I hope to God he does. Very, very good player, very, very good United talent, and he's going to be fantastic. When he grows and develops more, because he's only a youngster. As I said, very, 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 very good for France. As I said, reason up the ranks for Lyon. Very, very good with Monaco. As I said, Anthony Martial, and he's been in absolutely fantastic form. Especially this season as well. He's been in fantastic form this season as well as Antonio Martial. So his agent's been discussion about potentially him signing a new deal with Man United. But in my opinion, it's a very, very good result. Credit to Jose Mourinho. He got it. He changed the game around completely. And as I said, I think with Ashley Young, I think he's more of a right winger than he is a potential right back. Because obviously, for England, he played as a right wing. In his Aston Villa days, he played as a right winger. For me, I think he suits that right wing. Or potentially, you could play him on the left wing. But obviously, Martial and Rashford operate there. Or, unless, Romelu Lukaku's out, which he has been for the last 3 games. But I'd prefer Ashley Young on the right wing. I prefer Mata in a number 10 position, in my opinion. So he is slightly putting players out of position. Still is Jose Mourinho. But yeah, very, very good to see Manchester United get the win. It's our second win now in the Champions League. 1 draw, 1 defeat. I'm confident that we'll get this qualification. Now, I thought Manchester United had already qualified yesterday, but Valencia had won yesterday as well, didn't they? So yeah, so I think we're on the brink now, getting qualification for February. I think we can do it. Big game at the weekend, Manchester City, Sunday, 4:30 kick-off, Sky Sports. We've got but Manchester City are in absolutely phenomenal form. Klopp's got that fantastic philosophy. He's emulated the football he did with Barcelona and Bayern Munich. And he spent him like £1 billion in all his managerial career. More than half that's been spent at Manchester City. They've spent more money in Manchester City, more than any other team in Europe, especially. But we've got a boost going into the weekend. Kevin De Bruyne is out until December. Claudio Bravo's out as well till February next year. It says, Fellaini's just come back from injury as well. He came on in the Juventus game. Doyle says he's still got an injury. It says Valencia's still suffering a mouth injury as well, so Valencia hasn't played, in like a while. So Valencia for me suits that right back position over Ashley Young. When he does become fully fit, Valencia, and I would, Ashley Young, very very good. I think he's a good player, Ashley Young. I'd put Valencia on the right back, put Ashley Young on the right wing. We know Mata's been operating there, but I think he's better in the middle in a number 10 position. Is Juan Mata. That's just my opinion. People might have different perspectives on it. Reportedly, he's going to get £100 million spending spree Mourinho in January. He's going to be discussing this with Ed Woodward. As I said, now he's convinced we can get top four. Mourinho, he's happy with the performance. He's happy from yesterday. He's proud. He's Jose Mourinho. He knew the opposition were a fantastic team. With great experienced players, especially their record at home, which has been absolutely phenomenal. So their home turf is like basically a fortress, because I've just gone through the statistics we early on in the video. Juventus, first defeat at home in the Champions League group stage since December 2009. I got them slightly wrong yesterday, but I've misheard, but now I've fully heard. I know what it means. So they haven't lost since December 2009 in the Champions League group stage games at home until yesterday. They hadn't lost to an English opposition in the Champions League 15 years. Juventus at home, so that's over a decade. And it's the first time Manchester United within the Champions League have come back and scored 2 goals within the last 5 minutes since 1999 as well. So very very good indeed. But yeah, I think definitely the best result under Jose Mourinho. This is his 3rd season. He's won 3 trophies since he's come to the club. For me, we're still not in a commanding position that we should be in. Jose Mourinho's been under this pressure. Of course, obviously the teams we've lost to that we shouldn't lose to. The likes of West Ham. We shouldn't have lost to them. We shouldn't have lost to Brighton. We've lost to them at the Amex Stadium for the last 2 seasons now, is it? We've lost to the Amex. It's just teams like that, we shouldn't be losing to. But when it comes to the big teams, we can, compete well. We can beat big teams. It's just we need to improve against the small teams, and this is why Mourinho had been under serious pressure. He will, my knowledge, he definitely won't be getting fired now. Considering I wouldn't sack him now, considering the latest results. Definitely not, because we've got good results lately, and as I said, but we've still got defensive problems. If you look in the league, Manchester City's defence is absolutely solid. They've scored 33 goals in the league this season, City. They scored 6 yesterday against Shakhtar Donetsk in Champions League. That was 6-0. They've got a fantastic squad. They beat Southampton 6-1 at the weekend. Last weekend, they beat Southampton 6-1 as well. They've only conceded 4 goals in the Premier League. Manchester United have conceded 18 in the Premier League. So, you can see where the defensive issues lie. And, you've got Liverpool there in great form. They lost to Red Stars Belgrade or something like that by 2-0. But I think Jurgen Klopp's got a good philosophy. He's emulating the football he did with Borussia Dortmund. He's sorted Liverpool out defensively. Liverpool are better than they were, especially last season as well. They've got a good attacking force of Liverpool, a good attacking encounter. So I think they'll still be up for it this season, as I said. But yeah, it's a big game on Sunday. Basically, Manchester United have to win. We did last season, we did another comeback. We was 2-0 down. We was already out of the title race anyway. City was always going to win it, but they won it by a huge deficit. But we came back and won that game 3-2. So hopefully, we can get the win on Sunday against Man City. I don't think we're in the title race this season, so I'm not going to get, over too excited. I've seen stranger things happen, in the past. Back under the Fergie days, when we was a huge deficit behind, teams at the top. Arsenal was 8 points behind them back in 2003 under Fergie. Caught them up and won the league. One year we was like 12 points behind Newcastle Warwick, caught them and won the league. So stranger things have happened, but now obviously considering the form of City, Liverpool, especially Chelsea as well, it's going to be hard for us to compete with them teams. We are 7 points, I think, from the top. It could potentially, we could potentially still win the league, but I can't see it really happening. It's just that it's not that I haven't got any confidence or faith. I just think, the performance is still not good enough this season. They're not up to scratch of the performances. And that right hand side as well, teams are exploiting it as well. That needs addressing as well. For me, Jose Mourinho still needs to rotate a bit. Maybe put Arthur on the right wing, put Mata in the number 10. When Valencia comes fully fit, obviously put Valencia in the position Ashley Young's been playing in, as he did yesterday, Ashley Young. For me, I think we ain't got a full left back. I think we need another left back, especially. We've got Luke Shaw, who's been featuring more this season, but I think we potentially need another left back, in my opinion. On that left hand side, we maybe need a left winger, because for me, Sanchez isn't good enough for Manchester United. Potentially, I think we need another left winger. It was a shame we missed out on even Perisic. We didn't meet the price tag Inter Milan were demanding, which was £48 million. We didn't get Perisic. Well experienced. Got quite a lot of years on him than Martial and Rashford. But I think we need a more experienced left winger. We have got Sanchez, but he hasn't really made the impact since he's come to United. If he does leave in January or next summer, because PSG are linked to him, they were linked with him last year. We've only had him since January, of course. Then we will have to get a left winger, to replace Sanchez. But for me, Martial and Rashford can operate well on that left-hand side. But obviously for me, they are still only young. And for me, in my opinion, we need a more experienced left winger as well. But obviously, recently, Martial and Rashford have been playing in that centre position, obviously due to that Lukaku hasn't been playing as well. But for me, Sanchez may come good at United. It does take players time to experience new areas and new facilities. So it does take time sometimes for players to become good. So Sanchez may require a bit more time at United. But yeah, we'll just have to see what happens. If you've been hearing the rumours about Gareth Bale, guys, lately, haven't you? That reportedly Real Madrid teammates want him out of the club. Real Madrid have had a bad start to the campaign, obviously. Bale, he's a very, very good player when he's fully fit and when he's on form, but he's injury prone, and that does concern me about Gareth Bale indeed. But he's Premier League proven, did it with Tottenham for years, did it with Southampton, and now he's at Real Madrid. I think this is now 56th season, is it, with Real Madrid? He's won honours with them. Real Madrid paid £86 million for him from Tottenham. But the rumours have been stemming since the David Moyes era in 2013 as well. But we'll just have to see what happens about that. As I told you, another player, Jones, coming to the end of his deal. He's had problems, since he's come to Old Trafford as Phil Jones. He's had a lot of injury problems. We've had him since 2011-12. Bought him under Fergie, for £17 million from Blackburn. We have the option, I think we're going to be negotiating of signing him an extension. We have the option to extend his contract by a further 12 months. But yeah, we will see what happens about that, and more things will update. But Ronaldo's come out and said they should have beat us easily. Juventus, considering, in terms of their performance, they played very, very well. Created a hell of a lot of chances. As I said, they also hit the woodwork twice as well, Juventus. So for me, it is a great result, and it is just like 1999 as well. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update today. I'll probably be back later on today or tomorrow to do another live video. Take care. I'll be reading more stuff in the press anyway to see what updates. So anyway, guys, if you consider, as I said, subscribe or even drop a like, I would appreciate it very much. And take care. God bless, guys. I'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye.